There's this idea in some Christian circles that the reason a lot of us are atheists is because a lot of Christians aren't Christianing right. They're hypocrites, or they're not generous enough, or they don't talk about their faith as much as they should. They think that whole love the sinner, hate the sin thing makes sense. Like, if they were actually nice to gay people, we would just forget that a lot of them actively oppose LGBT rights. Sure. The late Christian author Brennan Manning famously said, "The greatest single cause of atheism in the world today is Christians who acknowledge Jesus with their lips, but walk out the door and deny him with their lifestyle." He could not have been more wrong. The problem isn't the messenger. The problem is the message. If Pat Robertson and Ted Haggard and all those other televangelists weren't around, it might be a little harder to laugh at Christianity. But if they weren't around, it's not like all of us would start praising Jesus all of a sudden. It's easy to point out the hypocrisy because it shows that Christianity isn't even good at the one thing it's supposed to be good at doing, making you a better person. Christianity, you had one job and you failed. But we're not atheists because a lot of Christians are unable to live up to some ridiculously high standard. To paraphrase my friend Neil Carter, no atheists have ever argued that we would believe in the divinity of Jesus if only Christians lived more biblically. We're atheists because Christian doctrine just doesn't make sense, and neither does the doctrine of any other religion, for that matter. We're atheists because all the evidence points away from faith, because snakes don't talk, because humans aren't inherently bad just because a woman had the nerve to acquire some knowledge, because the world wasn't created for our benefit. No, we're lucky to be here. Because the world wasn't created in 6 days, no matter how long you think those days actually were. Because living your life according to a single book is a horrible idea. Because if the stories from the Bible happened today, if someone said they rose from the dead, or a virgin said she just gave birth, we would dismiss it in a heartbeat, or we would look for the loopholes. Just because something took place a long time ago doesn't mean it actually happened. Because no one else can die for your sins and take responsibility for your actions. That's on you. Because prayer is a placebo and no one is listening. Because we have free will and God doesn't know what our future holds. Because the Christian God's unconditional love has a hell of a lot of conditions. So stop with the lie that Christians who behave badly are giving the faith a bad name. No, it's your beliefs that are giving your faith a bad name. You just aren't helping. Sometimes the problem isn't the users. The problem is the product. If you want us to take you more seriously, then just stop believing silly things. It's as simple as that. But you being nice isn't going to make us stop thinking critically. My name is Hemant Mehta, and I write at friendlyatheist.com. What do you want to see a video about? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll be sure to check it out. And don't forget to subscribe.